Hello, everyone. This is Becky here at Aunt Beck's Creations, and I am to a point where I'm putting my Hexies together. And several people have asked me to kind of show how I'm doing this. And I'm doing the technique where you slip stitch in back loops only. And I'm going to show that. But what I'm doing is, and I feel so goofy because I had the wrong number count, but I have 12 rows of 10 blocks. So that makes my 120 blocks. I've created rows and I've put them on big pins, and I'm working right to left. So I'm going to show you what I've done so far. And these are all attached. And I'm using the light sage to attach them. So this is the right side, and the wrong side looks like that. So what I do, let me move that and that. I am working from right back to left. Hi, Marty. Hi, Joyce. This is very impromptu, but I know a lot of people are getting ready to put their blocks together, and because mine are hexagon shapes, I wanted to show how I was doing this. So I'm coming where I'm going to add the next block. I lift this one up, and then I grab the next block and I look at it and see which one's right and wrong side. This is the wrong side. Put the wrong side against the wrong side and line up one side, just the one side. This is all I'm connecting right now. Once I get 2 rows, then I will attach 1 row to the previous row, and I'll just follow this zigzag with doing the back loops only along. And then as I add a row, it'll get to its final size. Ugh. So now what I'm doing here is we're going to join from one shell to this other shell, but only half of it. So what I'm doing is I'm going to line this up so that these 2 double crochets in this shell match up with the 2 on this one. So I just match those up like so, and I'm going to come across and make sure those 2 are matched up like so. And then I'm going to take my hook and I'm going to go into the back loop of this first double crochet. So you've got your 2, then your chain 1, and then the 2. You go into that one. So the first one past the first chain, and then go in the back loop of this one. All right. And then we're going to grab our yarn. Let me bring it around here. And I'm just going to start doing this. And I'm not creating a loop or anything. I'm just pulling it through to slip stitch. And I do bring this tail over the top of my working yarn. So it's kind of caught there. Then you're just going to go in the back loop of each one of these. So that's a back loop and that's a back loop. And then you just slip stitch. Then go in the back loops of the next 2 and slip stitch. And you just do that all the way across. Now when I go to put the rows together, I will probably use my plastic little clips to clip the 2 rows together to keep them from flopping around. But I will attach them the same way. And the reason I'm doing these in this way is so I'll have a continuous slip stitch line that goes across the piece, instead of doing a whole bunch of short ones in different directions. If I do all of the connecting one to the next on one side like this, then I won't have my stitches going in a whole bunch of different directions. I'll only have like a zigzag of slip stitches and then these short single rows. And you just keep going till you get to the other here, other back here. And then I'm going to stop here, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to snip my thread. I'm going to just pull this stitch through, and those are attached. See? All these tails will be dealt with later. I'll sew them in. So again, I'm going to flip this one up so the wrong side is facing me. Yes, I'm going to do all the rows. So I'm going to finish this row out, and then I'll do the next row, and then I'll attach the two to each other. Because I've already kind of laid out how I want this to go together. And I have them planned, Kimusabi. So now I want to make sure I have the wrong side. This one's the wrong side. Back to back again. And you line up the two stitches that are toward that side. And you look at it again. So it's this one right here and this one right here. And then I just start doing slip stitches again. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to use my clips to hold the rows so they don't wiggle all over on me. But basically, this is how I'm putting the blocks together. Then I'll go in the next one and just slip stitch here. And all these tails I'm leaving, I'll deal with, you know, I can probably catch them on the, I don't know, I might have to sew them in. I don't know if I can catch them with slip stitches. If I was doing like a half double crochet or whatever, I could hide my tails in those stitches. But since this is all just slip stitch, I'll have to sew those in, which I don't have a problem with sewing them in. Although after I had left all the tails on these last 20 blocks yesterday and I was trying to sew them in, thought I was going to lose my gourd. I'm gonna need to do a project that doesn't change color and that I just crochet for my next crochet project. I need a break from one with lots of color changes and tails to sew in. Now where I've sewed in before, sometimes my stitch gets lost because I've kind of sewed through it weird. So I have to find where that is. And this is one of them. So that's the side stitch if I can get in it. I guess I should have just waited on all of the sewing in the tails. There we go. Might get a little wonky here. No, I'm going to miss one. No. Because I'm only going through the back loops. I think that's where I need to end that. I'm not sure if I'm going to try to add a border or not. We'll see. Flip this one up, put them back to back, and go on. And that's all there is to it to put these together. Greg's on the phone with his friend again. So here's the top of that double crochet, and that's the top of that one. All right. So does that help watching me do this so you can see? You can do the same way of putting them together with square blocks. This popped up in my in my feed. I can move that out of the way. I'll sew it in later. So I have 12 rows to do, and I'm going to get them all put together in a row, and then I'll sew a row together. I just mainly wanted to come on and show this. So what I might do is go and finish hooking them all together, and then I'll do another short video on how to put the rows together. I think that would be helpful to people. All right. So I'm just going to keep plugging away and see how this all comes together. Marty says, yeah, it makes sense to me. I'll finish this row and then I'll say goodbye. Uh-oh, I'm through too many stitches there. Too many. You just need one. You need to be under the one loop, 2 loops. If you end up where it looks like you've got more than that on your hook, back out and try again. All right. Now I'll just snip it and draw it up through. And I'll just keep going. So there you go. Am I a glutton for punishment? Well, when Lucas was talking about this project and rolling the dice, I thought it sounded like a really cool idea. So my row is coming along here. So I've made 120 of these blocks. And so they're about 6 inches. So it'll be, what, 60 by 72, I think, will be the size. 12 times 6. Yeah, 72. So there you go. Thanks for watching, you guys, and happy crocheting if you're into crochet. I'll see y'all later. Bye.